Hello everyone, although my Superboy hasn't reached 5 white stars yet, I'm making this video for him right
Now
away
it's a
because I
party.
can't keep you waiting any longer. I know many of you are building a Superman family team in DC Dark Legion and have been looking forward to this video. As usual, I'll just do a brief skill analysis because I think those of you who have been watching my videos for a while already know his skills well. So there's no need to repeat them and waste time, right? In this video, I'll give a quick
Sweet!
overview of him and his skills, then move on to choosing a legacy, building gear, transmute, force, and the best team combinations, as well as the heroes he supports best. Before we start, if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to subscribe so you won't miss more great videos. All right, enough talking. Let's get into it. All right, basically, Superboy is a support hero who boosts his teammates' damage, especially effective for the Superman family faction. Being a metahuman also makes him an excellent fit for metahuman teams. His main skills reduce enemy defense and increase allies' attack. So, even at just one white star, you can already make good use of him. Of course, you'll want as many stars as possible if you plan to put him in your main team, because if he's too weak, he'll get taken out early. His strength is that the stronger he is, the better his support becomes, since his attack boost for allies is based on his own basic attack stat. But that's also his weakness. If he's too weak, the attack boost will be minimal. That's why I say all three of the new Superman family heroes require heavy investment. They're really only for big spenders or very patient players willing to wait until they return in a banner, like Superman did. For now, we can just make use of his first skill, which is useful in many situations, especially in the combat. All right, now let's take a look at his legacy. Without a doubt, the Super Six String Legacy is the best fit for him. The reason why is already covered in my Superboy review video, so you can check that out if you're curious. However, I don't recommend buying it for him because you'll need to invest in Legacy for both Superman and Supergirl, and spending too much on multiple heroes in the same team can get very costly. That's why I suggest an alternative Legacy that also works well for him, Mind Control Hat. The main purpose here is simply to boost his basic attack, since the effects like ACC and Spiritual Amp don't do anything for him, as he's a physical damage support hero. These two are the best legacy options for him. You could also use the Joker Venom legacy, but its basic attack boost is too small, so I wouldn't recommend it here. Now let's move on to Superboy's Transmute. Since Superboy relies heavily on basic attack, you'll want to focus on boosting his ATK so he can give the biggest possible attack buff to his teammates. The top priority is 2 ATK stats, followed by energy gain bonus so he can quickly power up his teammates' attacks. The remaining stats depend on your playstyle, but I recommend increasing both physical and spiritual defense, or HP, along with one set bonus. Speaking of set bonuses, let's talk about the best choice for Superboy to support his team. Based on his abilities, I think the Fortified Formation set is the best option for him, since he needs more energy to use his ultimate as quickly as possible. As for the other two sets, I don't really see a good fit. If you absolutely need an alternative for low spenders or free-to-play players, go with Battle Ready, because the other set is only useful for heroes who can heal or create shields, which doesn't work for Superboy since he only buffs attack and doesn't shield or heal allies. You can also mix Battle Ready with Fortified Formation to help save on costs. All right, now let's talk about Multiversal Force. As I mentioned earlier, all of his buff skills for teammates depend on his ATK stats, so you should prioritize ATK first. Next, increase the speed of his first skill so he can lower the enemy's physical defense as quickly as possible. After that, focus on energy gain bonus, and finally boost his survivability stats if you have extra ACAD shards. If you don't have many shards to spare, just focus on increasing his spiritual defense, since as a support hero, he's less likely to be targeted by physical damage dealers. For example, Deathstroke targets high damage dealers, and Nightwing goes after low HP targets, so you could also give him more HP. Most of the damage he'll take will be from spiritual damage dealers like Constantine, Joker, Sinestro, and others. Now let's talk about the heroes Superboy can support best. Of course, he works best with Supergirl specifically and the Superman family in general, so I won't go into detail about them here. Looking at his ability to reduce physical damage defense and boost allies' attack, he pairs well with assassins. For example, Mythic Plus heroes like Nightwing and Deathstroke, and especially legendary Red Hood, since Red Hood deals wide area physical damage. Mythic heroes like Batman and Lex Luthor also benefit quite a bit from Superboy's support. You can pair him with spiritual damage dealers as well, but the effect won't be as strong since he reduces the enemy's physical defense. Boosting attack for spiritual damage dealers means he won't be supporting them to his fullest potential. All right, let's take a look at the power of the Superman family team and see if Superboy can help Supergirl deal more damage. When Supergirl hasn't reached level 3 Krypton Energy yet, her damage is relatively weak, so she needs Superboy's support early on while waiting for Krypto to level up Krypton Energy. This team actually supports each other very well, but it requires a large investment, because their supports also need to be maxed out to fully buff the team's power. In the early game, if free-to-play players don't have a strong Krypto, this team will lose outright to the Justice League Dark team. That's because Justice League Dark has Constantine, who can defeat this team before Krypto gets Krypton Energy to level 3. So, free-to-play players shouldn't invest everything into this team. Only when Krypto reaches a full 5 red stars might he truly help the team. The best solution is to add another survival-oriented support like Dr. Fate, or an assassin like Deathstroke, Ra's al Ghul, or other assassins to take out Constantine before he takes down your team. This is mainly for those who have already invested in the Superman team, but find them underperforming. It's not that they're weak, it's just that they require too much investment. In fact, Supergirl's damage is already double Constantine's. It's just that triggering her max damage has very tough conditions. Some other replacement options to fill missing roles and make the team stronger include Wonder Woman, a durable metahuman tank to place in front with Supergirl behind. She can stun enemies, then Krypto can knock them down, buying a few extra seconds to survive. Flash, a support who speeds up Krypton Energy leveling. Best used with manual targeting on Krypto, though it's not ideal for Metal Brawl since targets are auto-selected based on highest damage. Shazam can take damage on behalf of the team. Green Arrow, with manual targeting to strike Constantine first. Cyborg increases physical damage dealt to enemies. Killer Croc, a tank who can also reduce the enemy's physical defense. Green Lantern, if you have the funds to invest, he's excellent for keeping this team alive. He heals and provides shields when HP is full, and with Krypto's healing, he can generate more shields than even Dr. Fate. All right, I think that's enough for today. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments below. I'll also leave links to related videos down in the comments so you can easily check them out. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.